Now it's October, things are heating up, and it's a perfect time to get ready with our heat-loving crops. So in today's video, I will be sharing some of the crops that I'm planting and starting in October. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. Now, as I mentioned, the temperatures are rising, and this is a perfect time in October to get those heat-loving crops going. So if you remember, in September, I started some heat-loving crops, and this is still a perfect time for you if you haven't to start some of your favorite heat-loving crops. This includes things like tomatoes, bell peppers, cucumbers, and different squashes. I started some heat-loving crops in trays. As you can see, I had a good germination. I have some determinant tomatoes. They germinated quite well. And this month, since I still waiting for some space to get available in the garden, I will be potting on some of these seedlings. Now, what is potting on? So if you start them indoors in containers, the next step will then be, if you are not ready to transplant them into your garden, is to pot them on. And that is just allowing you to plant the crop into a bigger container. So this tomato, to allow it to grow much better, to give it more space, I will be transplanting all of these seedlings into bigger containers, and that process is called potting on. So I will just be transplanting my crops over into bigger containers instead of transplanting them. But if your seedlings are ready, like your tomatoes, your bell pepper seedlings, your cucumber, you can definitely transplant them directly into your garden. Now, some crops are just doing much better if you sow them directly. Items like your squashes, but I wanted to get a head start, so I even started some of the squashes in containers, which I will be transplanting once space become available in the garden. So we still have a lot of cool season crops that are in the garden, and I will definitely be transplanting this hopefully middle of this month or end of this month once I've harvested my cool season crops. But this is a perfect time still for you to start the fruits, your butternut squashes, your tomatoes, bell peppers, cucumbers, eggplant. Those are all the items that you can still plant and start in October. Now, items that can be sown directly into the garden, as I indicated, is definitely some beans. For the summer, you can definitely plant a variety of beans. So this is bush beans. They come in different colors. I will just sow them directly into the section of my garden. All the other type of beans that can be grown during the spring and summer includes runner beans, black-eyed peas, bush beans. Those are the beans that do very well and love the heat. Last year I experimented with some different varieties, but this year my plan is just to focus on these bush beans as well as some of the black-eyed peas that I will also be planting directly into the garden. Now, if you remember, I've also planted some slips in containers over the winter. So I managed to get a big container from the nursery. The previous season I planted some slips in a big barrel. So this here, I'm gonna try the sweet potatoes in this big container. So I have soil here that I use for my bokashi. I made a soil factory, and you can see there's a beautiful earthworm that is part of this bokashi. So I will use this soil at the bottom, and I will just fill up the rest of this container with soil. After that, we will then transplant these seedlings, these slopes, directly into those big containers. So I have approximately 8 slopes that I will transplanting into this big container and see how that will perform. If you have seed potatoes, this is also a perfect time to plant some potatoes. So I have some seed potatoes that I bought earlier from a nursery. So I'll also go ahead and just plant the sweet potatoes. The ones that I've planted during winter, I think they are ready to be harvested. They were attacked by the snails, but I will be harvesting that soon. So stay tuned for that video where I will be sharing my winter harvest with you. But yeah, now when it comes to flowers, there are quite a number of flowers that you can interplant with your crops. So this includes your nasturtium. It's very well known to plant it as a trap crop. It will be attracting aphids to your away from your crop. So definitely nasturtium is definitely a plant that you can also plant in your garden to attract pollinators. Marigold is also one of the favorites that you can definitely also plant in your garden. I'm hoping to expand the scope of flowers this year in my garden. I'm planning to try out different flowers. So I have sunflower that I managed to get. This is an orange one. I'm looking forward to see how that will perform. I will definitely plant it with next to my squashes to attract some bees and beneficial insects. If you mix flowers with your veggies, it will not only bring beautiful color into your garden, but it will also attract some beneficial insects to your garden. So this last year I haven't tried a lot of flowers with my veggies, but this year I'm hoping to extend my scope. I'm still also looking at other varieties that I can plant. So please let us know in the comments what other flowers are you interplanting with your veggies. When it comes to herbs, basil is definitely one that will do pretty well next to your tomatoes. I'm also having some chives, rosemary, parsley, dill. So all of those are the different herbs that you can definitely interplant in your spring and summer garden. Now, I am trying also a new herb that I haven't tried before. This is sorrel. It is looking like leafy green. It is another great one that will do well, I believe, in the warm temperatures. There's a lovely lemony taste, and you can use it in salads or stews. So this is the first time that I'm having this herb in my garden. I'm currently growing them in containers. But when it comes to herbs, the opportunities are endless. And these are just some of the herbs that you can definitely add into your spring garden. So October is a busy month. It's a time to start seed, to pot on seed, and also sow some seed directly into your garden. It's important to remember that gardening is all about timing and consistency. So don't stress if you feel like you are getting behind. Just start where you are, and by December you could have a thriving summer garden. If you find this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and until next time, keep on sowing and growing. Cheers.